Right. Welcome. We have just finished setting up our next game. This is game three, our first round. The Witch King won the first game. The Swordsman surprisingly won the second game. The third game, we have the Magician, Woods Girl, Pilgrim, and Berserker. Um, and so this is an interesting one because a lot of these are considered to be pretty decent characters. Maybe the magician is the hardest of these to sort of make. Um, but he's interesting nonetheless. So let's take a quick look at the board here and see what we got. So what we have, so the board looked great when I built it, and then the inn appeared right here in between the two cave and cavern hexes. So this is a little bit of a rough start for the berserker and the magician. The woods girl opted to go to the, even though she doesn't like the soldiers, and of course the pilgrim starts with his allies. The um, so the magician I like to use my 6, 7, and 8 spells. The magician I took transform to tap a large, tremendous creature, a single creature. He's a walker, and the reason I took Veil Walker is because it allows me one move walking in the woods, only in a valley. So, in other words, he can go from here to here, say, from 1 to 4, and then get out of dodge. And so this turns his bad start, um, turns his 3L game 31. Oops. Um, I'll I'll go change that on Twitch. Hold on, because that looks dumb. But that turns his bad start into a relatively easy to manage start. So I do like that. Take that. Yeah, done. Um, so I took that as soon as I saw where the inn was. He decided to change, get his spells, and then he took nudge. And nudge is a very powerful spell. It's an 8 any. You can change the result of a single die by 1. That makes his transform even a little bit better. Um, so he's going to utilize that, and he's going to hunt big stuff pretty much. I think is his goal. I think that's sort of where he's going to end up. um, I do need to check real quick. Gee, I already need to check the rules. Think about that. Walking 100. Can anyone follow him when he walks the? He can record a move when he moves. His horses move with him. So there you go. A follower can follow it only if he's a beast or if the clearings are connected by a roadway. So technically, the disadvantage to what the magician's going to do is he can't hire a whole crew of followers and then hire a whole crew of followers and then walk the valley. So that could be a little bit of a disadvantage since I typically use transform and then going tackle the tremendous creature which I've transformed into a squirrel with a bunch of with a bunch of uh, rogues, pretty much. So it's rogues v squirrel. So might have been a bad call on my part. We're gonna go with it and see where it leads, and maybe we can hire maybe we can hire some later. I don't know. Maybe we can actually just get through these caves. without the veil walk, and only use that. Although look real quick. Natives. I think I'm gonna go with that. I think walking the woods, it makes sense, right? It makes sense they would not be able to follow you. So all good. All right. Like I said, that makes his life a little harder because he can very easily screw that up. The only other thing that you would do is take remedy here instead of veil walker. Use the nudge and the veil and the remedy in concert to, over the course of days, try to transform yourself into something awesome, pretty much. And then once you're transformed into something awesome, um, utilize that purple chit and go, kill stuff and fly, pretty much. You're looking for the damn tremendous dragon, or looking for a tremendous dragon, flying dragon, pretty much, or the lion's good since it can walk the woods, right? The eagle's fine because it can flee from stuff. The only problem is you're double tapping that 8 chit, and so there's sort of a clunky. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? That is what we're gonna do. We are going to rethink our spell choice here, and just have some fun. Since I have not ever played with a magician who has transformed himself, I've always played with transform as an attack spell, pretty much. So, is that bigger? That is big. There we go. So now we're going to take remedy. So what that's going to do is that is going to harm us a little bit because now our type 7 is sort of useless. All right. Um, but we're going to be able to break our spell. So there you go. So now we're going to look to cast an awesome transform on ourselves and then just use that along with the purple chit to do what we need to do. So, okay, so we got the magician down. And our goal here, by the way, is to get the sacrifice, which is to get a large treasure, sacrifice it at the altar shrine, chapel, and rift, which is going to give us a boon, which is a copy of one of our chits, which is going to make even more powerful as the magician. Sorry, that took forever to explain just the magician. The wood girl, she's gonna, she's our ambush bow hunt fighter. She starts with Gambler and the Challenge, which happen to be the company at the house. Now, so that gives her the weird opportunity to score 2 points on turn one, except for the fact that this fight, so she rolled the company as the challenger, and the top company is a little rough because he has a lot of opportunities. So she kills him. She does light, heavy damage. So she does light star star. On a 4 or less, she can kill this guy. If she doesn't, and he flips, or he connects with her by intercepting her, he kills her on anything but a roll of a 6 because of that. Um, because he does heavy damage with the crossbow. So it is a super risky proposition for her to go at him. If she makes it, she's gonna score 2 points because she has gambler, so she can gamble with the soldiers even though they don't like her, and she has the opportunity to win the challenge against the company. And then she has navigate 3 secret paths right here. Um, so he scored 3 points probably in the first week, which is a huge jump and a huge leaps. And I'm so tempted to take this and go with it. The Pilgrim has tiny hut visitor in the mountains. Sort of whatever. Not super exciting. Does he have any visitors he cares about? He doesn't like the crone. That's pretty much it. Um, Everyone else he's neutral to. So he's just going to play that to get rid of it. And actually, he's going to turn it in. Turn that in early. He's just going to turn it in. He gets to explore the cliff. Okay. The problem. So I buffed these recently. These explorers, which you have to touch every clearing in that tile. So explore the cliff is all the clearings in the tile. The buff them to award 2 points because they're such traps otherwise. Um, every clearing, means you could spend days getting through, say, the borderland or the crag or the cliff. The cliff's actually one of the easier ones I feel. And so I buffed those to 2 points. Even so, the cliff is way down here and it's a little bit of a haul. So he has Spider Slayer and Rescue. Rescue, as soon as a monster thing pops and a hex around him, he can put a rescue there. Uh, so his strategy is going to be fairly straightforward. I need to pick a spell for him though. Um, I mean, obviously, small blessing is a very typical way to go. And I think we're going to just roll with that as a matter of fact. And I usually to up the size of these just so we can see them from a distance. But he's going to utilize small blessing, of course, try to get the tremendous strength. That's how he's on tremendous. If he can get a weapon, the Pilgrim's one of the best fighters in the game. I mean, and the Berserker, frankly, he has Giant Slayer, Ancient Scroll, which is to um, turn in a treasure with magic to the to a visitor. I think he Yeah, so he places a visitor of his choice at a random start. He's going to do that, and he'll put the shaman at a random dwelling. So let me roll a d6 here for the dwelling. Shaman is at 1, the chapel. So the shaman, because the scholar is lost, so we drew that. The shaman is at the chapel. Make him a little bigger. The chapel is not miles away, but it is a little bit of a haul. This is where something like a Veil Walker would be super nice because that makes the chapel super close. But this is the Berserker. So I do think he's going to stick with that. He has Lost, Giant Slayer. All those are decent and doable by him. So I think that's where we're going to go. Um, you see, we have a Goblin Horde up here in the ledges. We have a Lost Scholar up here in the ledges. Lost Scholar is a little dicey simply because, I mean, Ledges is far removed from a lot of folks. And a poison pool in the cliff. The poison pool is once anybody gets there, I'll read it as far as resolving it. It's interesting in the sense of there's different ways to resolve the poison pool. Problem is, until it's resolved, any creature that pops in there gets +1 sharpness start of their attack. You can purify it with exercise, meld, and demist or remedy. Alchemy or lore, you can fatigue magic 2s or 4s. Scholarly advice: if you end a phase of the visitor, you can make them temporarily your follower if they're least neutral to you and bring them to the pool, and they will purify it. So there's a couple ways to deal with it. Um, it's an interesting board, and we'll see what's what. Let's started with week 1 and start with the magician. So I do think lock his board there. I do think the magician will hide once. Let's hide. We're gonna hide twice. Just in case, although the company can show up. Can anyone else show up? Yeah, I think the patrol can show up at the end. That's the only danger. If the patrol shows up at the end, they sort of hate them. So let's not risk it. We will trade twice here. We do get an extra alert phase, so we will utilize the extra alert phase. And what I'm going to do is we're going to alert pretty much always the type 6 until otherwise noted. And then I think tonight we're going to cast Nudge. Now, so this is the problem, right? Well, we'll cast Nudge, then we'll try our Transform. Because that way we can still use it as an attack if it's alerted. So we'll go with that. Um, so his thing is easy. I think the Woods Girl. So the Woods Girl is going to do a little bit. She's going to move to the deep woods. She's going to alert her bow. She is going to hide and move back to the house. And I think I'm going to take the fight, which means she has to start on him, that's the sucky part. And the only reason we're gonna is just in case like we get some kind of weird roll and someone appears at the house and she wants to change. So for instance, if the patrol appears at the house, um, that's not a huge deal. If the wood folk appear, you might change her tune a little bit. But generally I think go for the big early game. So she moves out, alerts her bow. She has to start unhidden, but it does not say she has to start unalerted. So she moves in, readies her bow, comes back in, accepts the challenge. She gets to duel this guy, and she has the round advantage. If she screws it up, then we're in a little bit of trouble. Um, the third is the Pilgrim. So remember that the Pilgrim is with our guys here. So we're gonna um I don't think we need to hide. I think what we need to do is we will trade once. We are going to hire 3 times with the hopes of rolling a 2, and maybe we can hire a guy. If we can't, we're still going to cast Small Blessing twice with the white magic and the clearing. and see what else happens on the board, and probably nothing happens on the board. Um, so the only danger with hiring early. So in the questing game, the danger with hiring early is simply that you can hire a guy, you have 2 weeks, and then you get sort of stuck in a bad position, not able to fulfill your quests. I find it very easy to waste time if you know. So whereas I think in the base game, without the questy bits that I have, I think it's obviously easier to go to every 6 clearing tile to search for the treasure locations to kill, and you can still do that, but you may not be scoring points. So, yeah. And then the berserker is he's gonna hide once for sure, trade once, hire twice. He's gonna try to get 2 buddies, and he's gonna try to make it through the darn caves. Because the caves aren't gonna do him. I mean, he could find the lost city, for instance. He might find a dragon to kill. He's not gonna find any giants though. For giants, he needs to get through this and get to this mountain. I think that's what he tried to do. So that's a long 20-minute lead up to day one. Let's get it done. Let's get day one moving here. So first thing we need for day one is a monster roll. It's gonna be 3, so goblins and octopus, and wolves and ogres and all that. Let's shuffle this bad boy here and then draw our order for the day. The berserker is first. So the berserker is going to, what did I say? Hide, trade, hire, hire. So let's hide. He blows it, so good to know. Is anyone going to appear at the inn, by the way? Oh yeah, the patrol's going to appear. So I'm going to actually let me drag them over right now, just because they're going to go up. So, the berserker does not hide. He likes patrol or not. He is unfamiliar with patrol, so and the magician is too, by the way. So, yeah, all right, patrol shows up. He's going to trade with the rogues. So let's come down here to the rogues. We got some workhorses. Man, I can never draw that bottom horse. Draw the horse, put them in rough order there. Let's see what the rogues have for us. Penetrating grease and reflecting grease. Fine. I'm gonna roll for the penetrating grease just because it is a better. Should I armored, unarmored? No, you know what? I'm gonna roll for the reflecting grease. It's $3. We are friendly with the rogues. 4, we get price times 3. We're fine. We're gonna just leave that one. We are gonna hire twice though. Both top rogues cost $1. So let's see. Well, if anything, we can get price times 4. Ooh. That's $4 for the top rogue. We'll take him. So we lost $4. Price times 4. Oof, -8. So we get 2 gold to start. Remember, we start with 10 gold. And we get rogue 6 and 7. And rogue 6, rogue 7. Done. I do add a day to the higher terms under my cheesy variant. I just like having a full 2 weeks because you can't do anything with them the first day you hire them anyway. There's just no, there's no actual bonus. So I like to give literally 2 full weeks, especially because this game with the quests is much more about moving and getting to places and so on. So we got 2 rogues as buddies, and tomorrow I think that means Berserker's going to head into one of these caves and see what is happening. The Pilgrim, he's trading once with the Order, so let's get to it. I will tilt this down so I can pick up that bottom. Yes, picked up the whole stack. That's a win. Done. Game's over. I win. What do they have? They have the Withered Claw. Roll once for a wish and then a curse. That is the worst. The Phantom Glass must magic site for peer locate, loot, and reading runes. The Phantom Glass is certainly interesting. We're going to roll for the Phantom Glass. I don't really care if I get it. These are, but you know, whatever. Roll some dice. 5, 6, price times 4, it's 8. 3, price times 2. So for 16, Phantom Glass, we're going to turn it down. We are going to try to hire the top order guy. We can hire the order one at a time, and it costs $8 per guy. We need to roll a 2, so we get 1, 2, not quite. 3. Nope, we need to price times 1. We are done with the day. Does anyone? No one can show up at the chapel because Berserker came first. So we are done. At 2 done. Put these guys back in there. The Magician is next. Magician is hiding twice, which is good now that the patrol showed up. I remember my son was playing and he likes. Am I going to fail both times? No. So we are hidden. I remember we were playing. My son's playing. My son is 14. He loves the Magician. Played the Magician. Stayed in the inn. One patrol shows up. He fails to hide. They kill him. Day 1. It's like, oh, that's the best. They're like, you look familiar. He's like, no, no, nope, nope. Guy you're looking for, not have a mustache. And they just got it. So, okay. I mean, you know what they have: reflecting grease and penetrating grease. Neither of those is super useful to the Magician. He'll go with the penetrating grease simply because he has no armor. Penetrating grease costs $4. Really, the chance of him getting that is pretty darn small. Well, let's clone this die also. There we go. Oh, geez, we cloned a lot of them. Delete that one. There you go. So we got 2 dice. He is friendly with the rogues. We're just rolling to see 5. Price times 4. Now we don't need it. We'll roll again just in case we get the snake eyes. No deal. So we are done. He will alert his type 6, which I always just pocket the tiniest bit to show that it's alerted. That's it. He is done. Not much going for him. Sure. And finally, we have the Woods Girl. So the Woods Girl is out. She is alerting her boat. Flip to the alerted side. She will hide. Does. Comes back in. And she is done. And that's the end of our very eventful first day. We have a total movement of 0. She moved a whole 2 clearings, ended back up at the same place. But now see sort of how this goes. So she has to be unhidden. She has to start unhidden to get this to go. But she does have the alerted bow, so she's going to play it. And doesn't matter what fight she plays, she's going to play that one. She does need a move. Pretty much, to be honest, she can play almost any move because if he flips, he's going to hit her no matter what. And if he doesn't flip, then is it possible? No, it's not possible for her to miss either, really, if this is a time 1 bow anyway. If he does not flip, then he only has a 1/3 chance of hitting her. So I think this is about where we need to be. So what we want is we want this guy to move. So we would like a 3. 3 is good. 3 means he goes here. We would like to not roll a 6. And we do not. So he does not So, there you go. So he doesn't flip. So on turn 1, the bow is longer than his crossbow, and it will hit this guy first thing. So he rolls 1 die. She is an archer princess here. She rolls a single die. He is medium. He can roll a 4, 3, 2, or 1, and she kills the crossbowman. 5, son of a bitch. Okay. She does not kill the crossbowman, and he misses her. However, the big problem is that her bow becomes unalerted. Now, that's not a huge problem, and the reason is during her encounter step, she can play this to alert it again, and then just play another one. So she's fine. Now, what she will do though, and this is a little lame, but she's gonna play a fast move though this time to make sure she's gonna fatigue, because this is round 2, and if she does not fatigue, if nothing happens, then the combat would end, and she does not want that. So we're gonna play to ensure a fatigue. We're going to once again hope that things go our way. There's a lot of chances though that they don't. I'm getting a little nervous. 2. So he goes down here. Does he flip? No. Oh, perfect. So once again, we're going to hit him. He's not going to hit us. And what we need to do is actually roll our 2/3 chance. No, we blow it. Damn it. Okay. And now we have to fatigue a move. And pretty much same thing. Although I'm getting nervous here as time goes on. I was expecting potentially a quick kill. Sure you were. 3 flips to there. Oof. 6, he flips. So now we're in trouble. The good news is we are still as fast and longer, so we still get to hit him first. If not, it's very likely that she is killed. And she gets a 1 plus 2 levels, and she kills the crossbowman right before he gets the shot off, aimed at her temple. Wow. Okay. That was nutty. She loses nothing for killing this guy. And in fact, I usually just clone him. She gets, 1 VP. So she does win the challenge. That gives her 1 VP, which I record in fame. She gets 5 prowess in addition to normal 4 that she gets for the dude. Because let me get him. So he is 4 prowess. We take 2 gold plus 5. So 7 gold. So that gives her 17 on day 1. In addition to no loss of anything. I'm going to put plus to show that, hey, she scored. There you go. She scored the challenges. She fatigued 1. That's not too bad. It took 3 rounds, so I can picture these two like sort of ducking and weaving behind, buildings or pillars or the stable or the shed, desperately trying to get a shot off on each other until finally she takes the shot and wins the battle. That was risky, probably a dumb move. Having said that, she did get the challenge done. She's now going to gamble with the soldiers, and I don't think she's going to go all out. I think she's at $5. She bets 5 and rolls 2 dice. On a 3, she wins twice her bet. So she bet 5. That means she gets plus 10. So she ends up at 27 gold today. And another point, But she does have to roll on she's friendly. She does have to roll to see if she's going to take 3. No deal. They do not insult her. So I imagine that is she's playing poker or whatever. And do they get mad that she or not? And the answer is they don't. They let her go. They let her walk out with her 10 gold. So the Woods girl had the best first day in Magic Realm history, I think. She's unhidden, by the way. In that she scored 2 points on quests. She gained 17 gold and 9 notoriety. So let's redo her quests for day 2. Before day 2, she gets to draw her new quests. She gets a purple source, which is sort of useless. Actually, it isn't useless. She has control bats. It's a 7 any. And then she has locate a horde. Pretty darn nice. I am weirdly impressed by that first day. That's weird. That makes me weirdly happy. So technically, if we were to end this right now, the Woods girls managed to score 6 points. Now that's not going to hold because someone else will get prowess, someone else will get gold, so on. But in theory, she is 6 points because she is winning in she's winning in those 2 of those category 2 of the category. All right. That's enough opining on my gal, the Woods girl. Let's see who else has spells to cast at the end of the day. So the first thing is at the end of the day, we are going to cast Nudge with gold. That works. So we're going to cast Nudge. That's going to take one of our chits. I'm going to say the move L4. And we're going to flip it to indicate that it is a Nudge chit. And actually, what we will do just to make sure that I understand what its new purpose is when I flip this bad boy, we're going to put a number 1 on it. So it is now, it allows us to do exactly that, move something by 1. When it fatigues, of course, it goes back to being just a plain old move. So we now have a Nudge chit in play. We can cast a single transform using our type 6 and our purple. And we get to nudge one of the dice by 1. I think this is probably a terrible idea, but we can, we can move one of our dice by 1 point. So we are going to be today a frog. So we have transformed into a frog. And that's our day. And so the question is, how many times can you do that? And we don't have to be a frog. We could be a squirrel. We're going to be a squirrel. Squirrels still get to walk the wood. So we have effectively transformed. And so this type 6 is employed in magic. It has essentially made us into a squirrel. Well, I'm going to put all those on this card. There you go, to show that all that is pretty much locked up. So there you go. So that's his cast for the night. Pretty lame. And now we got the Pilgrim. So he's going to get his lame cast. So the Pilgrim, with small blessing, typically casts Wish, and what we're looking for is a 6. So actually, we're going to cast this bad boy right here and fatigue it, and we're looking for a 6. about a 30% chance that a 6 comes up. And we do get a 6 first try. That is awesome. And so, what are we going to do to indicate that we are just a crazy, crazy guy here? Let's do this. Let's grab a berserker. Let's search it. Let's grab the berserk chit. I mean, it's a little bit goofy, but we'll grab the berserk chit and we're going to put it on his staff like that. And what that indicates is we're doing tremendous damage on anything we hit. To one hit. It's our next hit. Our next hit does tremendous damage. And that's it. We are now done casting for the night. So day 1 is indeed over, and now it's time to get day 2 on the road here. So the magician, I think the magician is going to move out of the inn. Just because, there's nothing else for him here. Oh, this nudge chip, by the way, fatigued because we. Oh, you know what? Then we're actually not going to use the nudge. That's the one thing that at least I know the frog sucks, and it's sort of bummed that we are the frog. But we're gonna keep the nudge shit in play here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna rest. So once we move, we are definitely going to rest and rest again. And I hate to say it, we're gonna rest again. We're gonna rest 3 times. That's gonna pull all these back in. We're gonna be able to remedy ourselves here at the end of the day. We still have our nudge in play. I said this might have been a death march because it might take how many days to get something useful. Actually, I'll tell you what. The nice thing we're going to do is we're going to use our walk the woods power, and we're going to move to 4. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I tell you what we're going to do. We are going to get rid of Explorer Caves. In pilgrimage, visit the chapel, altar, and shrine. Okay. Chapel, altar, shrine. Those are the ones that we can do. So we'll see. We'll see if that. And so that way we can actually walk the woods to 4 and sort of get out of this little zone. And we don't necessarily have to break the transform either, to be honest with you. We can use it to get places. Oh, but we don't have purple yet, so we actually can't move. So that's great. Good to know. We're gonna move to 2. Well, this is an interesting question, though. Really, if you think about it, should we? Do we utilize our powers here? Now we can't turn anything over. I'm gonna say, let's change up a little bit. Let's use 1 day of this damn frog. So we're gonna rest once. That's gonna bring the purple back. We're going to use a spell to turn it to purple. We are going to drop purple. That's going to transform us. and then we're going to walk the woods. And this, by the way, is not a. We're going to move to Valley 4, and there's our 4 phases that day. Okay, so that's his day. I think the woods girl is pretty happy with herself right now, and I think she's going to be pleased as punch to move into the deep woods, hide once, um, move, hide, move to 3, hide, move, deep woods 3, and she's going to start on this navigate. He has a purple source. Now, the purple source allows it to cast control bats once at a time of 6. So let's understand something. That's a little bit of a rough haul. But as long as she's hidden, she can keep herself safe from bats. That's good since the deep woods is a mountain tile. The pilgrim. Now I hate to say it, but now that he is a walking badass, he needs to move out. So I think he's going to hide and move to the borderland. Hide, move into the borderland. And I mean, he'll search once, just you never know, right? I don't think he's got anything else going on. And he's got rescue. And so what he's trying to do is turn these chits over. Maybe they're a favorable monster. And if so, he could move back, pop rescue, go in and save the guy. Pretty much. And that leaves our berserker. And our berserker, I think the berserker's goal here is to get through the cavern. So, he's got 2 buddies. Want to waste the 2 buddies, but I think he'll take one stupid move into cavern. He'll do a 1-2. Cavern 2. Oops. Cavern or caves. Let's do CN for cavern and let's do CS for caves. Done. That's not a good move. That is a potentially dumb, stupid move. He could get a lot of things that would get him killed. But with 2 guys that he could technically throw to the dogs, sucks. It's a loss of notoriety. But at least he can get in there and do that if he needs, and then get out of dodge if he needs. So I think that's it for day 2. Let's get a roll on here. Hoping 4 giants trolls. Not, I mean, be better if we were in the mountains, but. And we're going to do the pilgrim first and go in this order. So, pilgrim is going to hide twice and make his move into. Yep, he does, and he goes here. And let's turn over our first stink. That's going to draw something, and flutter, and that's going to draw nothing. So the stink is going to draw in caves. Going to draw these heavy trolls. And super ideal. Pilgrim only is going to hit one of those guys for tremendous damage. And so, though he could kill one of them, it is super unlikely he can kill 2 of them. In fact, he can only do medium damage with that staff. And the trolls are heavy. Can he run from them? No, he can't run from them either because they're just a little fast for him. Even if they flip, they're just too fast. So that is the very definition of a crappy draw in that case. So let's think about what he does next turn. If he could run, he could bop one of those guys and flee. If he had his boys, he had one of his boys, then he would drag them into this fight and probably win that fight with the order. But he's sort of stuck right now. So we're just going to let him be, and he is done. The Berserker's making his 1-2, his big move with his two guys. We'll see what this looks like. Dank, so serpents, and the pool insects. No one likes the pool. Pool is dangerous. But no monsters appear now, and the Berserker, you know, Dank sucks a little bit. That's a bad fight for the Berserker. And it's a bad fight for his rogue hirelings, too. But it's at least good to know where he's at in terms of what's in here. He does need to get out as soon as possible. Woods Girl moves in here. She's going to hide now since she's in the woods, which are defined as non-valley, non-ruins, non-mountain tiles, non-mountain cave tiles. So these also are woods according to the rules. She hides and goes here, and then we draw ruins, so bats, and Howl 4, which is more bats potentially. Oh yeah. So yeah, this is a crab tile. We do have control bats. Oh, something to be said for that. We do have a purple source on us. And our magician friend goes. So the magician is going to rest, bring that back. He's going to flip it, burn it, and he's going to walk the woods to here. And that's his move for the day. So, day 2. Not a super fan of day 2. Day 2 has made the board look very uninviting for um I mean the magician could. So let's think about what we got here. I do think it is very possible that the Woods Girl still tries to go for Navigator while she has um while she has the power of that purple source on her. One-time use, so it's a little bit crappy in that sense. But I do think that while she has that power, the power to get these bats off her back if she needs to, I do think she hides and then searches 3 times, hoping to find the path. And if she finds 3 paths, she's going to get another point. So that's her day 3 written. Magician is now here, so he's out of dodge, as it were. Trying to locate the altar, that'd be great. Because it ties into all 3 of his quests, frankly. Shrine ties into all 3 of his quests. Well, the altar ties into 3. The shrine ties into 2. Chapel would be nice to get to also, but not so much. So I think Magician is going to make his way here. But first things first, let's get all of our magic powers back. So we're going to rest 3 times. Actually, we're going to rest twice. And then we're going to spell X and spell. So we're going to enchant so that we have the ability to get this purple back. And we're going to rest. So we have the ability to cast remedy. We have the ability to do purple. We are all good to go. So that's his move. That's her move. Now we're to the pilgrim. Pilgrim is actually the decision point here because the pilgrim either needs to move on from this, um, but he doesn't really have a great way to do so, or he has to move back and go for, I hate to say this, but go for the hire. He can hire one knight, and that's not a great chance. That's a 1 in 12 chance. But he gets potentially several hires a day. I think we're going to move back and try to pound through this. We're going to move back to the chapel. Going to hire and hire and hope that in a couple days we can get this guy into our employ. And if we can get one guy into our employ, then we can kill these because their war horses are tremendous. They're not tremendous. This is a weird typo, as it were. And I will grab a heavy chit to sort of put on there. Make sure I remember these guys are actually heavy, but the war horses are tremendous, so they can't be killed by these trolls. And so now with our one super shot and a knight, we can plow through this space really quickly. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to head back and see if we can't get that done. I was coming out hoping for a really favorable chip draw there. Um, I didn't get it, so that changes. We have change up. So the Berserker on a 2, he's screwed, and on everything else, he's fine. So 1 in 6 chance of getting him screwed. I think he's going to try to move and get through this guy. So he's going to move to Cavern 1. And anyone who's good at Magic Realm is looking at me going, "What the hell are you doing?" Um, I'm trying to get through this dam as quickly as possible. So I don't think the pool for the Berserker in the caves is good at all. So he's getting out of dodge. We're going to try to get out to here and at least get to the mountains. That gives us access to the high pass. At least most of it gives us access to the ruin and the borderland. We can get through and out of here. That's our goal. So I think that's everybody's rewritten. So let's adjudicate day 3 now. We're hoping for not a 2 for the poor Berserker. We get a 5 instead, so spiders could appear. So that's cool. The shuffle, the Berserker does go first. So Berserker's going first. So he makes a double move. And I don't think anything appears because I think really looking at freeze and 2 could draw monsters on this tile. So he is done. Good day for him. That's literally what he was trying to get done. Is not get killed in there. We're gonna rest twice. So we're resting here and here. Or type 8. We flip that one. And we are now good to go. And at the end of the day, we could cast Remedy. We're I'm gonna put cast Remedy. So I remember that I wanted to cast Remedy. We will break the spell on ourselves. So he is done. Woods Girl, I think she hides, right? Woods Girl hides and searches 3 times. So the Woods Girl is going to hide here. She rolls 1 die to do it in the woods. She fails, and she's going to search 3 times. 3, 2, or 1, so 50% chance. So she, oh, no, that's a fail there. That is a fail. Oh, come on. That's going to be a fail. So she blows it 3 times. Question is, does anything appear? The answer is no. No crosses. So she is done for the day. And then the pilgrim walks back to the chapel. He's going to hire twice. And if you remember the table, and what we need is 2 or a 1 on 2 dice. So not a great chance. We get 2 shots at it. That's a fail. That is a almost fail. That's a fail. So we are done with our day. That is it. That's not a lot getting done today. Does anyone appear anywhere? Large campfire, small campfire. So no. All right, at the end of the day, we're going to cast Remedy. So we burn our 8, we burn our gray. This spell is done. This chit is fatigued. You no longer are a frog. So done. Do we have anyone else casting at the end of the day? We do not actually. So we're done. We're done with the day. It is day 4. Time to write day 4. Oh, do we want to cast? Hold on. Transform. Well, we can cast again. So cast Remedy and Transform again. So we're gonna cast Remedy and Trans. Oh wait, our 6 is still done. Oh, because it just came back. Right. We cannot cast Transform because it just came back. So what we need to do is we need to rest one more time. We might as well again. So this is our type 2. Where do we want to get to today? Let's do that first. At least move once. So we're gonna move to 1, I think it is. It's the type 6. Um, and the main problem with this right now is simply that it is a grinder, right? You're fatiguing a lot, you're casting a lot. We really need to get super lucky. I don't like it. There's probably more tried and true strategies for our for this guy to utilize, and so we probably screwed him a little. Okay. Um, so we're gonna rest this guy so it comes back. Do we necessarily need anything else rested? No, we don't necessarily need anything else rested. But while we're here, we might as well get it all done, right? So we're gonna rest that one. We're gonna rest that one, and we're gonna rest that one. So we're gonna rest, boom, rest, done. We'll at least get there. Okay, so he is done. He has a day 4. Her day 4, I think, is gonna be the same. His day 4 is gonna be gonna hire 4 times. His day 4 is going to be to hide and move into the woods. Strangely enough, now he's hiding. Hide and move into the woods. Done. That's day 4. That is super non-eventful, but hey, just trying to get to a position. 3. So we got ogres, wolves, goblins, octopi again. Pilgrim is first, berserker, woods girl, magician. The pilgrim, hiring. Come on, buddies. We got 4 chances at this. A failure. That is a success. So we're going to hire 03. We're going to add 14 days. So, 03. Done. So we do get him. He's now our buddy. And what we are going to do is we're going to clone one of our chips here. We're going to shrink it down. Drop it right over that horrible T. And then we're going to do this attach thing where we put this and attach it to that. Done. Okay. Now we know he's heavy. He's armored and heavy, but he is tremendous. And that's going to give us a huge leeway. So we started with 10 gold, and now we just burned 8 of it. Done. All right. Pilgrim's happy. He is ready to rock. Berserker moves here. Does he get hidden or not is the question. He does get hit, and this is bones. That's a thing, man. So we get bones. We get the 2 crappy, medium, slow trolls. So strangely enough, we might be fighting tonight because I think the Berserker should be able to take those guys pretty easy with his boys especially. So put that over there. Woods Girl is going to find search. He hides. Yes. Searches twice, 3 times. 3, 2, or 1. Yes, she finds it first thing. That's 3, 6. So it's Deep Woods, 3, 6, green, and he gets one of her navigates is done. So I'm going to put that here. Nav 1. 1 of 3. Done. She is done for the day. Does anything appear on her today? And I don't think it does because I think the goblins are caves. Goblins are cave dwellers. She's done for the day. The magician spends another day resting. Boy, I hope this pays off. Be fun to see it pay off, and really shitty to see it not pay off. Guessing. Guess which one I'm guessing. So we are done. We are done. So I think that's the whole day, actually. So the magician's going to go first, I think. So we're back to the crappy transform. We do have the ability to nudge. Oh, he gets the goddamn 6 again. So he is a frog yet again. And he burns the purple, and he burns the 6, not the 8. The 6. Done. And we're not going to bother to nudge it because. Yeah, I'm not even sure that's a viable strategy for him because I don't even know that he can. I mean, if he gets the big things, he can do it, but otherwise, I think he's sort of stuck. All right. Nonetheless, let's look at these ogres. These ogres are medium. Um, they're pretty darn slow. The berserker is hidden, if you recall. So let's see if we take 2 of these sheets. And what's the best they can do? Yeah, so I think these actually are auto kills for these two. So we put him here, him here, him here. That, I think the Berserker doesn't really even have to get involved. What he is going to do, though, um, yeah, I think we'll just sit with that. I mean, what he'll do, uh, since no one's on his sheet at the beginning of the turn, he will flip that. And then play that just in case. I don't think there's any way this guy misses that. Just see how that goes. So let's see this guy right here. He goes 5, so that means he goes down. Does he flip? He doesn't. Actually, round 1 weapon length is important. So what happens? Well, what happens is the Berserker lines up and does more than medium damage. He does tremendous damage. He kills this guy. So that particular battle is over super fast. And now we got this guy down here. 1, so he's going to stay right there. 6, he does flip. So round 1, long weapon goes first. These guys are zeros, even though on the old Magic Realm they're shown with clubs. So he goes first and does heavy damage, killing the ogre before the ogre hits back with his 0 speed heavy attack. These guys are killed. They're worth 2 and 4 today. So the Berserker does score 6 points of variety. Oops. Oh, jeez. And those guys go in the dead pile. I'm going to say that's pretty much it for the day. So once again, the magician has managed to roll one more time. I mean, at least the eagle is a much more useful transform. Even the sparrow is a useful transform. Because when you do it, you can pop it, fly that day. You were able to run from almost anything that day, and so I mean, the frog every time frog. All right. So let's see what the plan for the magician is. I think we're gonna hide, and we're gonna try to get through 1, 2, 3. So hide 1, 2, 3. We're gonna try to get to ruins 3 to see what the heck's here. Move, move, move. Ruin 3. It might be premature. Since obviously our magic is nowhere near ready. But if we fail a hide, we do have a nudge. So we can at least do that. But let's get up to here. And then actually, I think my goal. Well, well, I don't know. That's a good question. So I don't know what his goal is, but we need to pop a couple of these just to see if we can't um, get a better view of the board. So I think that's going to be his job this time. And then with the problem with that simply being that casting, it's a bit onerous, right? So what we need to do now is we do need to break. Pretty sure it's a 2-day cycle, right? So we need to spell X and spell to get that back. So what I would do is I would rest the purple, spell X, and then spell to get all the crap back. You could cast Remedy at the end of the day. Sure, let's do that. So we'll do that instead. Oops, that's day 6. We just wrote that. We copy paste in. There we go. Okay, well that's cool. We're gonna do that instead. I don't even care about my alerts. Think about that. Spell X and spell. There you go. So she has completed her task here of finding this one. I think we're gonna hide twice and move twice into cliff 2 just to see. Hide twice, move twice to cliff 2. Done. See what's what there. I think the pilgrim is going to hide 2 times and move 2 times into the trolls. And I think the berserker, I think he's going to hide twice and move into the mountains. Hide, hide, move, move. Done. Okay, that's day 5, right? Yeah, we got day 5 written. Poor magician. I have screwed you horribly. So, this is pretty easy. We rest, we spell. So that's that. We are done for the day. Um, the woods girl hides 2 times, moves 2 times. That's a fail. Let's see if she can succeed this time. She does. She is hidden. And then she turns. Oh, I didn't even give me. Oh, hold on. As we make tons of mistakes. 2. Okay, there we go. So serpents and demons. Let's get the order right. So the magician is first. So let's move her back. The magician is first. He'll do what he did. The berserker is next, who's going to hide 2 times and move 2 times. We still need a monster. Oh, we got monster. Serpents, demons. He does hide, and then he walks up in there. We get bones and vault 3. Oof. A bit of a walk, but interesting nonetheless. And bones is nothing, but a giant would appear on a 4, as would the tremendous troll. So, something to consider. He is done. Pilgrim's hiding 2 times and then moving into Trollville, and he does. Does anything appear serpents, demons here? I don't think it does. No. And finally, the woods girl does her thing. So she hides, she moves in there, and then we flip Dank and Roar 4. Again, that's not a triangle, so no serpents, no demons. and no treasures either here. So, um, okay. Well, we have remedy to cast, and we do. So that's done. We have a fight to handle over here. So let's bring these guys here. Let's get the pilgrim a buddy sheet. For his buddy. So we're hidden for sure. So round one, we're going to drag him. He's not on our sheet, but we're going to drag him over. We're gonna. Has he flipped anything good? No. We're gonna play a fight M3 with our death stick. And no matter what happens, that guy's gonna get insta-gibbed here. So we roll a 4, he stays right there. Does he flip? He doesn't. We undercut him, so we do hit him for tremendous damage. That troll is dead. This troll is now on our sheet. We're going to lure him off our sheet with our denizen. And we can sort of play this on either side. But we have to flip it during the melee step. So we'll play it on whatever side to get it on this side, essentially. And then, gosh, I just, to be honest, don't care which side we play this on. Now, the problem is he can't hit this guy automatically. So it really is a 1/3 chance to kill him. And otherwise nothing happens because he's going to do his medium or heavy damage to the horse. The horse don't care. These horses, these are, I don't even know why they're horses. They should be riding giant, freaking tremendous serpents because these things can hardly be killed until they run into a giant or, tremendous troll and so on, and then they can be killed. But one, so he's going to stay right here. Does he flip? He does not. This is round 2. So speed goes first. He actually is faster, but he is same speed and longer. He hits. He does heavy damage to the heavy troll, kills the heavy troll. And that is the fight, actually. And we get 5/10, so we get 15 prowess, which is going to put him in the lead for prowess, which is sort of nice. Pilgrim's making at least some good use of his powers here. With the caveat, though, oops, did that again. Caveat, though, that he no longer has a small blessing, so he is not, he's no longer the man. So, something to think about. But we've gotten through this hex, and now we have to decide sort of where to go from here, right? So, knowing what we know of the board, it's pretty crappy. Oh, we should have done the rescue. Son of a bee. We could have popped the rescue already. Eesh. Ah. Well, that is certainly unfortunate. Dumb and unfortunate because we popped the rescue. Then we would have effectively, with that kill, which we knew was going to be an auto, had a deep. I am certainly not above retconning simply because, again, when I play multiple characters, my brain goes mushy. Order and guard never get themselves into a position. Otherwise, you take the top guy off of a um, uh, native stack. So let's do that. One is the soldiers. So the top soldier is the one who was captured. So I think we're just going to roll with it. We're going to pop rescue on that stack before we went in. So we're going to get this guy as a follower. So that's also interesting. And we get a VP. I am sorry for those of you that are offended by me retconning that, but that was just a stupid move. So let me fix that and done. We get a hut, we get a visitor. Visitor in the woods, that's a crap draw, but okay, so be it. And so the thing I would consider at this point for the pilgrim would be you go here, you run back real quick, A, to recache. You could always recache your stuff. And B, you could burn that Explorer Cliff because really isn't much point to it. So something to consider. I don't think we have anything else going on tonight. I think we are done with day 5, right? So did the Berserker move into the mountains? He did. He got the vault. Okay. He has Giant Slayer, so sticking around here is not the worst. Finding this wouldn't be the worst either, frankly. Simply because it gets hard to run away. Well, it's going to be hard to run away here anyway. Uh, the speed of his dudes. So if we're jumped by a troll, his dudes could speed dodge like a tremendous troll while he landed this shot. So I do think it's a good fight. The Berserker hidden auto kills a giant pretty easy, but does not auto kill a tremendous troll at all. And so we'd have to play around with him. So I do think we're going for that. The only thing that can appear instantaneously is, I think, a giant on a 4. We get bones. It's a mountain. So, yeah. So, I'm not even sure. Hidden, he's an auto kill. Not hidden, he's dangerouser. Because he does have a nice long attack with that giant club. That giant club can be super dangerous, even to the mighty Berserker. So what I would consider is okay. So let's stop yapping and figure our day out, right? So we've got the remedy done for the magician. We're sort of in that same position, right? We're going to rest. Um, we're going to rest. We're going to rest, and then we're going to move to 1, I think. No, or have we already moved? Yes, technically we've moved to 1 previously. Oops, another mistake. Sorry about that. We're going to rest the type 6. We're going to rest the type 2. We're going to spell X, and we're going to spell to get the gray magic back when we need it. And we can cast transform again. I mean, let's see how long this takes. Maybe it's a master stroke. Maybe we get it in a week. You know, and it's a genius move. Um, so our Woods girl is going to. I think her goal is to hide, search 3 times, try to get this nab 2 of 3 done. Our pilgrim. I'm gonna move to the damn chapel again. Should have had this done before. I am going to rest my magic. And then I don't think anything else really. Whatever. Then we are done. The Berserker's gonna do. I would love to find this, but I think we're gonna go 5 and 6 instead. We're gonna move 5 and then move 6. And we're just gonna brazenly walk up there because me? A little bit of gonna brazenly walk up there um because the only thing in computer is a giant. We can definitely manipulate that giant and kill it. So let's get all this done. That's our day 5 written. We need a monster roll. 3. So ogres, wolves, goblins, octopi. So that's pretty good, I think, for most of our heroes, actually. Just in the oops, in the sense that the Berserker is going to go first, indeed. Anyway, so he's going to charge his way up there. Goes up. He's done. Go here. It's the Magician's turn. The Magician just has his goofy ass spell ramp again. So he's going to go here and flip that. And he is done. Woods Girl hides once. She is hidden. Search 3 times. She finds it. That's 2/5 Cliff. 2/5 green. So she gets nav 2 of 3 and an X. Bad boy out. Okay. And finally, the pilgrim goes back. He rests up his chit. We are very much like we're at the beginning of the game. No. So there you go. So everybody's done this. Don't think, and nothing appears. I think we're done. We just have casts. We're gonna do. We'll do the damn magician again. We're gonna try this transform. I think this is a terrible strategy. I am ashamed of myself for falling for it. I talked myself into it. So we're rolling transform. Oh my god, I saw that too. It'll be the best. Okay, frog again. We're frogged. I should just keep this frog. Now keep in mind, it is about a 30% chance to get a 6, I believe, on 2 of these dice. 30%. We've done it 3 times, so 30% of 30% of 30%. Um, the chance of rolling 3 sixes gets small. So now we've transformed into a frog again, and that's sort of where we're at. So once again, we're in this 2-day cycle. Magician, this could be the whole of the magician's game. I bet you the last day he gets the. If so, I'm killing everybody, and I'm just drawing them all here. So he is done. The only other cast I have is the pilgrim, who gets 2 shots again to cast his wish to do tremendous damage. So he's gonna roll and hopefully pop a 6. Oops. And he does. And so he once again gets that by spending that. So once again, he is in good stead. That's our day 6. And hell, I think I'm fairly certain that we're just committed to this. We should have a much a slightly better chance. Not a great chance. Yeah, no. See, these dice are rolling 6. Even that would be better. I would totally eagle that up. And then I would use the eagle to essentially just run every time, anytime I needed to. So as long as he had a purple magic in his pocket, he could pop that. Now the problem is, I think for the transform, you are popping that during an encounter step. So if you are not hidden, then you're still gonna have to survive one roll, or you can just fly away. So that's something to consider also. So, okay. That's our day 5. Let's get our day 6 written here. So for day 6, we need to rest the type 8 so we can cast Remedy. So that's pretty much what we need to do. We're going to rest the purple. We're going to spell X and spell, and that gets us the purple back. And so we are ready to cast again once we cast the Remedy. And I'm still, I'm just, we're committed to trying to get one of these. Even the lion's pretty good because it can kill a lot of things. Um, but man, even a could be hidden and just fly away all the time, get to places. We just want any one of these that doesn't, not a frog. I think that's our plan. Or again, we just should utilize the goddamn frog and get some. Maybe I'm underestimating the frog. All right. Magician. So he's so day 7 we have white magic everywhere. Oh, we should have used that as a pilgrim. We didn't have to. There was and the pilgrim does want to. He'll explore the cliff. He'll play the tiny hut and put somebody. He'll just put another one of these. He'll put the warlock in the woods. Where can he get to if he cares? I'm not really sure. Actually, come to think of it, he's gonna put the warlock here. Why? Just cause, really. And I'll put him beside Just to note that he's in a hut. He is there on a permanent basis, and he gets 2 of those cards. He gets Seated Insight, he can immediately score a locate result, and Secret of the High Pass. High Pass is here, so it's not miles away, although he's gonna have to do a borderland trek here to get there. Fix him. Turns in Cliff, because Cliff is far. Secret of High Pass. And Sudden Insight. Um, okay. The Woods Girl's day 7. She does have the ability to do bounce still again. Think she's gonna hide and go 1, 2, 3 to 6, maybe? There you go. That's her move. The Pilgrim, a little embarrassed realizing the white magic is everywhere today. So you want to go for the crag. B. We have seen a dank. We have seen one of the spider spots get burned here. So there's spiders down there. Stink and patter. We've not seen a stink. I don't know that we've seen a patter either. Um. So 1, 2. You could certainly hide and go 1, 2, 3. I think we're gonna do that, and his guy can kill these guys. One of them at least, maybe 2. Maybe get lucky, maybe not. If not, combat ends, and we can just walk out of there. And I think we're gonna do that because I don't think the pilgrim would want to get involved. So we're gonna hide and hide. Right, hide, hide. No, we're just gonna hide once and go 1, 2, 3. Move, move, move. Ghosts. Certainly hope that we don't get jammed by ghosts because I don't want to waste this. But if we did, it's white magic. We could at least cast again once. So we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the Berserker's turn. So I think the Berserker is going to hide. He's going to move to the vault and search once, just in case. So that is day 7 written. There's white and black. We play with white and black in today. Because it's not fair to black that you don't get any, and it's dragons today. Ooh, that's a new one. Okay, so what is the sequence of play today? Magician is first. The magician is harming himself again. So rest, spell X, done. Who is next? It is the pilgrim. Pilgrim is going to hide once. He blows it and walks into the ghosts. Hey, okay, so be it. The Berserker hides once and walks there. Nothing is there, though, but he will search once. A 1 or a 4 locates the vault. It is a 6. Nothing is located. He is done. Gonna hide and go 1, 2, 3. She succeeds in her hide. I don't think anything appears. I don't see any red. What is it? Squares? Diamond. Red diamonds. I love the lucky charms. We cast Remedy at the end of the day. That's gonna burn 2 of these bad boys. Gonna pull this back. I'll just put the frog up here. How's that? Case, I mean, whatevs. And hell, I can write his day pretty easy, right? He rests the 6. He's gonna rest the type 2. Rest the 8. We'll try this one more time. Just so there you go. So we'll write part of his move. How's that? That's all. We don't need to write the rest. We have fights to do day 7, damn. Um, right, day 7, blah blah blah. We got the ghost fight. So let's pull this ghost fight and see how it goes. Now our poor pilgrim is actually going to be attacked by this dude. He's going to blow. So that stinks a lot. Because this guy cannot be hurt by these dudes at all. So it doesn't even matter what side we play him on. It really just comes down to, can we line up? If we line up, we kill him. If we don't line up, it's just a long slog. Right there. Oh, but we have another dude. Well, this is intriguing. We can do heavy damage to him, though. But can't guarantee a hit. There is, so on one of these sides, this guy could theoretically line up and kill the dude. I tell you what I'll do. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lure. So I get another buddy mark sheet here. Lock that one down. This dude's gonna drag him to his sheet, and I will play. I'm gonna play a time for chit right there. So if it just so happens, because this guy, if he flips, he can't do any damage to this, right? And fine. If he doesn't flip, then he won't hit on this side, but he will hit if he lines up. As long as I can attack as quickly with the same time, right? I can attack as quickly. I have a longer weapon. So if I see him going to get the crossbowman, because the crossbowman has hit but yet failed to do enough damage to kill, which would be the problem here, then I can intercept just in time to win this and hopefully spare this magical, tremendous hit, because I'm hoping the crossbowman will do the dirty work for me. So there you go. So that makes me feel better about wasting or not wasting that. So here we go. Let's do this guy first. 1, so he stays lined right up there. So that's going to be a kill for knight. Does the flips? He does flip. The longer weapon intercepts round 1 and kills the ghost. Let's go down here. Down here. Ideally, we would like him not to intercept, and I don't think he's going to. So he's going to flap all the way down there. Does he flip or not? He does. Okay, fine. The crossbowman now needs to hit. Now, the crossbowmen suck a little bit. They do heavy damage, but they have to roll 2 dice instead of 1. And what we're looking for is, at best, 4. We need a 4, or worst, a 4. And he does -3 levels, so he does crap damage and doesn't kill this guy. Um, so what we're going to do now is we are going to um we are going to deploy the knight. So in round 2, guy's on his sheet. We're going to deploy the knight so that the denizen goes on his own sheet, targeting the knight. And then the crossbowman will also attack. And this is round 2, but it's the first round still where not because something happened last round. So we're on that cycle. And then for giggles, I'll play here, hoping that one of these guys does the dirty work. So let's roll for all of our characters now. This guy is going to go, he's going to stay right here. But now everybody's got to roll except for me. Because they're on the denizen sheet and not their own sheet. So I always just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to roll that red for this guy and for this guy. So what we're hoping for is a 1 or 2 on one of these dice. No, they both flop down here like dummies. And the crossbowman, does he flip? We're hoping he doesn't flip. He does not flip. Does the knight flip? The knight does not flip, according to this. Doesn't matter, really. The crossbowman does hit. Oh, and does the ghost flip? Did we roll for the ghost to flip? I don't know that we did. The ghost does not flip. Crossbowman still hits him. We need to roll a 4 or less. We're going to roll a 4. Crossbowman does medium damage and kills the ghost. There you go. We're done. So that out pretty well for Team Pilgrim. Team Pilgrim is going to get 6 points total. Because the second kill of the day, so +6, gives you ×2. And the ghosts are out of commission because we killed them on day 7. So at the beginning of the day, they would have re-up. They got killed. So now path is open for the rest of the week. We can go to the crag and see what the hell is up there. But I think that is it for the week. I don't think anybody else has anything going for the rest of the week. So what I need to do, if this is going to be ugly, let's check the scores. End of the week, let's check the scores. So the magician has nothing. He's not scored anything. He's not done anything. He has sat and cast transform 1, 2, 3 times and frogged all time. Hell, honestly, if I get anything but a 6, I would probably take it for the time being. The Woods Girl still on top, so she still has 2 points. I don't think that she's scored any more. But I think she is still mostly on top, except that I know that not winning prowess anymore because the Pilgrim has killed 2 trolls, so she has a point in prowess because she is second, and the Pilgrim has 2 in prowess because he's in first there. And the Berserker, as of yet, has scored. He has 6 prowess. No, it's 21 to 9. So those are the scores. Let me give the Pilgrim his and mark her down. 5 points. And that's it. After the first week, we are 5 to 2 to 0 to 0. Wasn't the most exciting week. The best day was literally the Woods girl's first day, to be quite honest. She got 2 points that day, scored 9 notoriety, and 17 gold. That's a pretty bitchin' day. The rest of the week, though, she did get hung up. Um, she's doing this navigator. That'll score her another point. Um, so I think she's in a good way. I think she'll score navigator tomorrow or maybe the next day. She could go to the pool, but she has no good way to actually remedy the pool because there's no visitors down where she is. And getting there is a little dicey, but she could head to the mountain. She could head to the mountain, to the high pass. Now what she really just needs is to find a treasure location. That Berserker is ready to open the vault. Magician is stuck playing transform game, which I think I'm just going to let him do. I'm sorry, Magician, because I feel bad because it's like I feel like I'm. But if he gets anything other, then I think I'm going to fly up and scout out the rest of these hexes. I'm trying to locate the altar. I think that'll be his goal. Like if he gets, like I said, even a crappy, even a sparrow, I think I would just keep purple ready to go, and then pop that when I needed it. So okay, that's week one, and we are done. It took 2 hours to play through week one. Um, Let me see what time it is. It is 22. So what are we talking about? 10:53. So it's almost 11 p.m. Um, so we got to figure out if we're going to do one more week. I think we're going to call it here, just because another week would take us into 1 o'clock, and we're sort of in a good position for that. So what I would like to do is let's save this bad boy here. So I'm going to save Magician, Woods Girl. Let's call it Magician, Woods Girl, Pilgrim, and Berserker. Week one. Oops, that didn't help right there. That's not what we wanted to do. Okay. Um, Save the game. Save. That's the one we want. Okay, cool. Excellent. Um, Delete a few of these auto saves just so that my save is first in the list. Thank you all for hanging out and watching. I'm going to post this, and we'll try to get this done this week. We'll try to maybe play through the rest of the 4 weeks here. So, not super eventful, but at least, a little bit interesting. And we're actually starting to hit where people are getting some things done. I think the pilgrim's heading to the crag. We're going to open the vault here in a minute. Maybe the crag has something awesome. So I think week two will be sort of one that is going to make the game a little bit. In addition, remember we're going to draw some events here to begin, and so that'll change the board up a little bit. So, all right, thank you very much. Have a good one, and I will talk to you all.